Estimate an equation for the line of best fit. We're starting out with this guy. Estimate an equation for the line of best fit. Well, first off, I have to draw a line. Oh, it's already there. Never mind. All right. If I'm doing an equation, my line's always going to be in the form y equals mx plus b. Always in the form y equals mx plus b. M is my slope. So I'm going to estimate what my slope is. I'm going to put a dot here and a dot here. I'm estimating because this is an awful problem. So what I'll do is I'll go down. Looks like it's every one of these little marks is going to be 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So my M is a -9 so far. -9. And I'm going over 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we'll say like 33 or 32. So my slope is -9 over 32. And you might be thinking, that's an awful terrible number. It sure is. But we're not going to have to do anything after this, really. Y equals -9 over 32. If you were doing this on a quiz or a test or in the Schoology assignment that you saw this morning, you were using a calculator instead. But, you know, if you were doing this on a test, the numbers would be a lot friendlier if it's multiple choice. What's my B? Well, my B is my y-intercept. What's my y-intercept? 9. So I'm going to say x plus 9. All right. Not pretty, but that's not our main focus today. I will be able to complete and interpret two-way tables. Of course, my favorite TV show of all time is The Office, and one of my favorite lines is he goes up to Charles and says, well, how the turntables... It's funny, but you guys are too young for The Office, unless there's a few. If you guys can like Friends, because it's trendy, you can like The Office. A two-way table displays 2 categories of data collected from some source. You randomly survey students about their grades on a test and whether they studied for the test, and the two-way table shows the results. So I randomly survey like 30 kids. I'll be like, you got an F. Did you study? Yes. Okay. You got an F. Did you study? No. And we could say, all right, well, 21 kids who studied passed. 21 kids who studied passed. 2 kids who did not study passed. 1 kid who studied failed. And 6 kids who did not study failed. The numbers inside the blocks are called joint frequencies. I will never use that phrase ever again, probably. This is how you figure out the totals, though. Okay? If I wanted to collect t-shirt sizes and colors from you guys, and I ask a couple of you, and like, you want a blue white small one, and you want a blue gold medium, and you want a black and white extra large, whatever, and I tally it all up, and I need to find how many people want what I do is I add along the rows to figure out the total over here. So the total amount of blue and white shirts is there's going to be 5 smalls, 4 mediums, a large, no extra larges, and 2 extra larges. So 5 plus 4 plus 1 plus 2 is 12. So 12 people want blue gold. I'm sorry, blue white. Blue gold is going to be 3 plus 6, which is 9, plus 5 is 14, plus 2, which is 16. So 16 total people wanted blue gold. The total amount of people who want red and white are 4 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3 is 14. The total amount of people who want black and white are 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, which is 11. And the total amount of people who want black gold are 5 plus 2, which is 7, plus 3, which is 10, plus 0, which is 10, plus 2, which is 12. And if you're looking down there and wondering, where did that 65 come from? If I were to add all these red numbers, I would get 65. So if, I'm ordering a bunch of shirts and I call the t-shirt company and they were like, wait a minute, just to make sure, how many people want black white? I could be like, 11 people want black white. Oh, okay. And how many people wanted blue gold? Blue gold. 16 people wanted blue gold. How many of those blue golds were larges? Blue gold. 5 of those blue golds were larges because I match up the blue gold with a large. And if the guy's like, okay, now just to make sure, how many smalls did you want? Well, then I'd add up all the smalls. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. And 15 plus 5 is 20. So a total amount of 20 people want smalls. A total amount of 20 people want smalls. How many want medium? 4 plus 6 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Plus 4 is 16. Plus 2 is 18. How many people want larges? 1 plus 5 plus 4 plus 1 plus 3 is 14. How many people want extra larges? None, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people want extra larges. How many people want double XL? 2 plus 3 is 5, plus 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. And if you're wondering, wait a minute, if I add up all the green numbers, will I also get 65? So if I'm on the phone call, or if I'm on the phone with this t-shirt company and they're like, just to double check, how many extra larges are there? 5. How many larges are there? 14. Of the small ones, how many were blue and gold? 3 blue and golds were small. The totals, and I like totals. The totals are called marginal frequencies. And the way you get the marginal frequencies is you add up the rows and the columns. So if my job here is to find the marginal frequencies, then what I'm going to do with this table is I'm going to make a total section. I'm just going to add a couple blocks. Total. So what I have here, I have school dinners and packed lunch. I have boys and girls. Okay. The total amount of boys that are in this chart are 24 plus 12. So the total amount of boys are 36. 24 of them wanted a school dinner. 12 of them had a packed lunch. The total amount of boys are 36. The total amount of girls are going to be 16 plus 32, which is 48. 16 of those girls had school dinners. 32 of those girls had a packed lunch. All of the girls combined are 46. How many people wanted a school dinner? 24 plus 16 is 40. So the total amount of people who wanted a school dinner is 40. How many people wanted a packed lunch? 12 plus 32 is going to be 44. And if I wanted to find my total, I can either add up 36 and 48, which is 84, or I can add 40 and 44, which is 84. And there's a dog on the screen. Okay. So the marginal frequencies are just fancy word for total. Fancy word for total. All right, so the most typical questions you will get for these will be like, all right, so we'll take the graph that we had at the beginning. So the question might be like, all right, well, you had a bunch of, how many people studied? Or how many students are in the class? Well, the total amount of students are 30. How many people failed? 7 total students failed. How many people who studied failed? Studied, failed, 1. How many people studied? Studied is 22, Taylor Swift special. How many total people did not study? 8. The types of questions that you can expect to get. It's literally like one of those multiplication tables where you would have to be like, oh, 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is boop. We're doing the same thing. How many people who studied, and studied is right here, how many people who studied passed? And I just take those 2 things and I match them up. Boop, 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 boop. 21 people studied and passed. So, first thing I have to do is find the remaining marginal frequencies. Well, I already have these totals, so the remaining marginal frequencies are going to live over here. So I will call you T for total. So a bunch of males, a bunch of females were asked what their favorite sport to watch on television is, and 40 males said football, and 16 females said basketball, and 38 said basketball total. How many males were interviewed? Well, let's add them up. 40 plus 22 is 62, and 62 plus 15 is 77, which is my son's favorite number. He says 77 all the time. I don't know why. Weird kid. We asked girls, and females said that, well, 12 of them like football, and 16 of them like basketball, and 45 of them like baseball. So 12 plus 16 is 28. 28 plus 45 is 73. How many total people are there? Well, I can either add up 77 plus 73, or I can add up these 3. Either way, I'm going to get 150. So step 1, check. In the chat, how many males like football? Write it out. In the chat, how many males like football? Yep. Good. And again, what I did is I looked up males and football. Good. Now here's where it gets weird. How many people like baseball? And some people might be like, 15, or some people might be like 45, but here's the trick. Did I say males or females? No. So Alexander said 60 because I just said how many people like baseball, which means how many total people like baseball, and that's going to be 60. How many total females were surveyed? Put it in the chat. Good. Did I say anything about football? No. Did I say anything about basketball? No. Did I say anything about baseball? No. So I'm talking about total. If I only give you one piece of information, you're looking at total. So if I said, how many liked basketball? Don't be like 22, because I didn't mention males. Don't be like 16, because I didn't mention females. How many people like basketball? 38. If I said, how many guys were interviewed? You're going to say 77, because did I mention football, basketball, or baseball? Nope. So be careful for those types of problems. Very good, those of you who are with me. In the chat, how many males are right-handed? $63. Because it brings up males and it brings up right-handed. So you're going to match up with males in right-handed. So you got 63 right there. How many people are left-handed in the chat? Type out your answer. How many people are left-handed? Good, 12. 12 again. Did I mention males or females? No. So if I don't mention males or females, that's a big 12. That's a total. How many people were surveyed? In the chat. $121 is correct, because how many people are surveyed means how many total people were involved in this, and that's always the guy on the bottom right. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Not bad. I don't have the marginal frequencies. So I have to find the marginal frequencies. So I'm going to add total over here. That looks awful. I'm going to add total down there. I'll put T for total. I like totals. The total amount of juniors, write it out. What number is going to go right there? Write it out or type it out. What number is going to go right there? Good. 41 plus 30 is 71. Good, both of you. This number right here, just to save some time, 52 plus 23 is 74. That's supposed to say 74. The number of people that attended are going to be 41 plus 52, which is 93. And the people that did not attend is going to be 53. And when you add all that up, you get 140. I messed up. Shoot, can I make my eraser small enough? That number should not be 74. That number should be 75. Thank you, Marlena. That's actually, that was a legit mistake I made. That was a realistic mistake I made. And the way that I knew I made a mistake is I added these and added those and didn't get the same number. And so now I will get the same number because I finally fixed my mistake. Oops. Who said it best? I think it was either the Bible or Miley Cyrus who said everybody makes mistakes. So find the marginal frequencies. Check. How many attended the school play? Put your answer in the chat, please. How many attended the school play? $93. And if you're wondering, no, the answer is 41. No, the answer is 52. Did I say juniors? No. Did I say seniors? No. So that's going to be a total. How many juniors did not attend the school play? Put that answer in the chat. How many juniors did not attend the school play? Good. So I did mention juniors this time. Juniors did not. Time to complicate things. You ready? Time to complicate things. I go up to 50 people and I ask them, all right, what's your gender? And they say, I'm a man. What preferred program would you rather do? Dance, sports, or movies? And they go, sports, because I'm a man. And then I go up to the next person. Hi, what are you? And they go, I'm a woman. And what do you prefer to do? Dance. And then I tally all that up. And I want to figure out percents now. What percent are women who prefer movies? So I have a total of 50 people. Whenever you do a percent, you always think, okay, it's going to be something what I want. Percent is always going to be what I want divided by my total. So what I want is women that prefer movies. That's what I want, if you know what I mean. Women who prefer movies. How many of those are there? Women who prefer movies. That's 8. Out of total. What's my total? Well, in this case, my total is 50. And this is where you go, oh, I hate percents. Why did you do this to me? Well, if you hate percents, then I have a website for you. And even though I put it in the thing a bunch of times, here's that website. I'm putting it in the chat. Make sure you click on that website. Go to it. Go to it now. I have 8 out of 50. Uh-oh. I want to do the percent of 8 out of 50. So I go to my percentage calculator. Here it is. This is the link that everybody got. I go to my percentage calculator, and I'm always going to do the middle one. I'm always going to do the middle one. Okay. 8 is what percent of 50? 16%. 8 is what percent of 50? 16%. So my answer is 16%. What percent are men who prefer dance? All right, let me see. There's 2 men that prefer dance. So that's 2 out of 50. Oh, my bad. Sorry. What percent are men who prefer dance? 2 out of 50. Because 2 men said that they prefer dance. And there's a total of 50 people. So let's go back to my website. Let's turn that into 2 out of 50. And I get 4%. So far, not bad. Nobody likes percents, but so far, not bad. This is where it gets weird. You ready? What percent of men prefer dance? This is a different question. I only care about the men in this survey. So my total now is men. So my total changed. My total is 20 because I only care about the men now. If it said what total amount of women prefer dance, then you would put 30. But what percent of men, 20 total, prefer dance? Well, that was 2. 2 out of 20. Let's go back to our website. So I'm going to keep that 2 there. I'm going to change that to 20. 10%. A whopping 10%. So if I'm doing percents, I need a total and I need what I want. And I'm going to do what I want out of that total. So here's a new line of questioning. New line of questioning. What percent of males participated? So it brings up percent. So I need to do a division problem, percent. My total are going to be the males because it says what percent of males participated. So how many males did I get? 420 is my total males. Take it back. Take it back. Since I only brought up males and I didn't bring up any of this stuff, my total is actually going to be out of everybody. So my total is going to be 1,000. I'm sorry, I'm completely wrong. I'm completely wrong again. I'm completely wrong again. I was right the first time. I was right the first time. I was right the first time. I'm sorry. I was right the first time. It's out of 420. I don't know why I switched. Always go with your gut, they say. What percent of males participated? 168 males participated. So it's going to be 168 out of 420. So let's go to our website. 168 out of 420 is exactly 40%. Look at that. What percent did not participate? So that's over everybody because I don't mention males or females. What percent did not participate? So that's over everybody, which is 1,000. How many did not participate? 600. And I really don't need a calculator for this, but let's just do it anyway. 600 over 1,000. I did it again. What percent did not participate? So the people that did not participate total is 600. Out of 1,000 people, 600 over 1,000 is... I have a feeling it's going to be somewhere around 60. I don't know. Probably like 60 exactly. Of those who participated, what percent were males? So my total is the people that participated. That's 400. Out of those 400, how many were male? 168. So I've got 168 out of 400. $42. Of those who are female, so my new total is 580 because female is 580. What percent did not participate? So that's 348. So 348 out of 580. Is 60%. So, as much as I would like to do this one, we're out of time. What flavor of ice cream would you pick? Chocolate, vanilla, or neither? And children were asked, teens were asked, adults were asked. Is there a group that prefers vanilla? How do you know? Well, seems to me that adults seem to prefer vanilla. But I don't know. I mean, well, yeah, adults seem to prefer vanilla because that's obviously a larger number than the others. And teens seem to prefer neither, and children seem to prefer chocolate. So I would say, yeah, grown-ups. Oh, they're so lame.